There's a fascinating new exhibit on art in modern Vietnam that recently opened in the Asian Art Gallery in Towson University's Center for the Arts. 21st century Vietnamese art is a mixture of the past, using wood cutting, engraving, and silk. But it is also influenced by European movements of Expressionism and Cubism. It's an intriguing melange that we couldn't resist.
This is an amazing opportunity to be able to showcase Vietnamese contemporary fine art, especially the 21st century, because I feel that we are gathering a majority of Vietnamese artists that are young, that are fresh, that are new. Each bring a unique style and image of their countryside with them. When you look at their paintings, you can really tell the artist's soul and his expression and what he would like to convey to the world and how he views Vietnam today. For example, Phạm Hoàng Anh, it really is amazing. He does watercolor on silk as well as oil on canvas. And that is something that not too many artists in the world will practice in both medium. Phạm Hoàng Sơn, he mainly focused on oil on canvas, and his style is very impressionistic. And when you look closer, there's all these little colored dots that he put together, and at the end is an amazing painting. You will see red trees and yellow trees and green trees, and that's what he sees. Hoàng Anh is from the central part of Vietnam. He likes to tell the story of his women, and you can look at his images and you can see that these women are with long fingers and long hands and dressed in Vietnamese costumes. I traveled back to Vietnam in 2002 in order to learn more about Vietnamese contemporary fine art. To my surprise, it was fascinated because the countryside now has totally changed, and it's not how I remember when I was growing up there. Since the U.S. opened up for free trading and Vietnam has opened up for communicating to other countries, you start to see more tourists traveling back to Vietnam. And now that the artists are now starting to paint and free to express themselves, so the colors, the beautiful images of the country scene of Vietnam, the women of Vietnam, start to emerge in their paintings. You have to go back to many years ago when Vietnam was occupied by the Chinese for 1,000 years. And then the French came in for 100 years. During the French occupation, they built a school of fine art right in Hanoi, Vietnam. And that school is still in existence today. And so there's a lot of Vietnamese fine art that resemble to Impressionistic, to Picasso-like. A lot of that are very much part of the Vietnamese contemporary fine art. In addition to all of that, we have lacquer paintings. Lacquer is a very old, ancient art that we have. And the Chinese, the Japanese still do that today, although because it's so time-consuming, a lot of artists decide not to do that. Whereas in Vietnam, that tradition and culture still exists. There's no other place, in the world that have all these kinds of medium. And that's what I hope to convey, because people often think of art in Vietnam as very much similar to Chinese, because they associate us with Asia. But Vietnamese contemporary art with the French occupation and the Indochina School of Fine Art, we see so many more.
The exhibit Art of Vietnam 21st Century runs through December the 8th at the Asian Arts Gallery located in the Center for the Arts at Towson University.